Today we have a review of the Alpha Design Labs ESPRIT, I believe it's pronounced Esprit or Esprit. Alpha Design Labs, also known as ADL, has a pretty awesome DAC here. It's an all-in-one kind of unit. It's in the fact that it has a headphone amplifier built in with the DAC, so you can plug it right into your computer via USB if you so desire and listen to headphones, or you can insert it into your home rig as a regular DAC where you put digital input and have just the analog outputs going out to your preamplifier or integrated to your speakers. You can also just use it as an external DAC into a headphone amplifier. So it's one of those kind of multi-use boxes that can do a lot of different things. This DAC also has, unlike a lot of other DACs, an analog to digital converter as well. So you can put analog input into here and put it out into the USB or an optical cable. So there's an added functionality there. I didn't really look at that too much. The review I did online and this one here is centered around what an audiophile would typically use. The DAC itself is not powered through the USB. It does require a separate wall wart adapter to plug into the back for full operation. It has a wide array of inputs in the back, including optical, coaxial, and of course USB. In addition to that, it also has a couple of analog outputs. So you can use this as a preamp, because the output to the analog outs is a variable that is controlled by this knob here. This controls both the headphone output level and the level in the back. So you can connect this directly to an amplifier and adjust the volume there in your stereo. Very cool. I really enjoyed the build and the finish of this particular unit. You can see here it has this oversized plate that's kind of common between a lot of high-end components. Screwed on here, it's quite thick this direction. But the knobs on this are really something special. They're solid, they feel good machine. The turn is good. I know knobs aren't the reason we always buy audio components. Sound is the most important thing, but it's nice to see a manufacturer pay attention to detail, especially considering this unit costs $1,000 roughly. So it's one on the upper end of things as far as your standard consumer pricing is concerned. And it does kind of elude that with its build and the amount of inputs and outputs and the thing that it does. So that's kind of a nice touch. As far as the sound is concerned, I really enjoyed this DAC. All the detail was there from other DACs that I've heard in the price range. For $1,000, it is above average, very much above average, what you would get for a $250 DAC, let's say, or if you found one for $5 or $6. The resolution is all there. The resolution competes with the DAC Mini that I also tested it against from Centrance, which is roughly in that same area. It's a little bit less expensive, but it does not have all the inputs in the analog to digital converter like the Centrance has. Where this one really stands out in its uniqueness is the presentation of the resolution. It's sometimes DAC resolution can get a little bit edgy compared to a lot of other DACs I reference this to. It was a little bit smoother. The presentation was a little bit smoother and a little bit more organic, and it had a very pleasing, easy to listen to sound to it, which is really great, and that makes it kind of a standout thing and makes it a little bit more unique, because there's a lot of DACs that sounds quite similar, really detailed, really punchy in your face, whereas this one was just a little more relaxed, a little more easy to listen to, and I think it would cut down on the long term on listening fatigue. So that's a really great kind of bonus, I think, for this one that makes it stand out. Overall, I really enjoyed this DAC. I think it's something special in kind of the landscape. It has its place. I think that if you enjoy kind of that laid-back, organic sound, it is definitely something for you to check out. Let me know if you guys have any questions regarding it. Leave comments in the comments section on YouTube, and I'll get to them when I can. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.